TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views, and interviews.
A podcast special as we experience a legendary winter in the Mediterranean, sailing from Rome to Barcelona on board the luxury cruise ship Star Legend, and brought to you in association with Windstar Cruises and Cruise Master, Dubai.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views, and interviews.
And now, a travel special on board the Star Legend luxury yacht from Windstar.
Well, it's coffee time here on the Star Legend. We're in Barcelona, final stop of what's been a legendary tour of the Mediterranean, a winter tour. And you wouldn't think it's winter by looking at the sunshine here at the moment. And I've got the pleasure now of talking to Janet Bava, who's the
Chief Commercial Officer at Windstar Cruises.
So what's your main responsibility?
Bringing in the revenue and making sure we put heads in beds.
Okay, well, you've certainly done that on this cruise. A lot to talk about in terms of the brand, the ship, we've spoken to some of your colleagues earlier on, and also future plans. So give us an overview of the ethos, the philosophy of Windstar.
Absolutely. So Windstar has been operating for over 30 years, iconically known for the sailboats, the sail ships. We have 3 sail ships that sail around Caribbean, Europe, all over, and Tahiti. Right, for over 36 years, that sail ship has been sailing in Tahiti. And we also have 3 beautiful yacht-style ships that sail all over the world as well. And so we are known for small ship luxury. We sail where the big ships don't sail, and we have wonderful passengers that have been sailing us for years.
A lot of repeat guests.
A lot of repeat guests.
That's a big statement, isn't it, when you get people rebooking for different cruises with you in different locations?
That has been one of my biggest surprises, actually. As you know, I've only been 4 months in the company, so I've been looking at a lot of data. I've been trying to look at a lot of things that set Windstar apart. And I think one of the things that set Windstar apart is the community, the family environment of the crew who have been here for a very, very long time, and also the passengers who have been sailing with us for quite a bit longer.
Okay, right. So we're in Barcelona at the end of a 7-day cruise, which started in Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Started off a bit grey, but it's got progressively better in terms of weather. And us Brits always talk about the weather, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So it's got better and better. And today was absolutely glorious. You wouldn't think it was like not far away from Christmas.
And yesterday in Marseille, and I think Nice gave us really great weather as well.
Nice, yeah, superb.
And I think that's exactly right. The Mediterranean does give you warmer weathers. You may get a day or two where you'll get gloomy, colder, and that's a day you want to stay on board and relax in the spa or the sauna, you know. But I think the majority of the days you are going to see in the Mediterranean, especially the cities that we have selected, I think just really glorious sunny days. More sunny than I think the Brits will be experiencing in London or
absolutely.
the UK.
And a little tip from me, I'd like to give away a tip or two. In terms of clothing, you need everything really, from a nice warm jacket for the cooler temperatures later in the day, and on a day like today, you want short sleeves and shorts because it is really, really warm walking around.
Yes.
So you mentioned about repeat guests and so on. So how would you sum up the demographics of those coming on board?
Absolutely. You know, we do attract the world travelers. Valid passports are required because we do take you all around the world to international ports and hubs. And so these are usually the travelers who probably have been to Rome and want to experience a deeper level of connections with the local communities. They probably have been to the Vatican, right? And they want to maybe go shopping with the chef in the local market in Trastevere. So it's really a passenger who enjoys the good life, enjoys traveling and visiting the large cities multiple times, but also visiting unique destinations that they may not have planned to go to via air. And so ships like this allow them to go deeper into a region or a country.
And something I've noticed, the big difference, I've been to Barcelona in the height of the summer, July, August, so the big difference, the temperature, of course, but the number of visitors. Today, for example, a lot easier to get around.
Absolutely. La Sagrada Familia, the gaudy part, right?
Yeah.
You could always see those pictures that are jam-packed unless you're a social media influencer and you're able to take away the crowds from the pictures.
Yeah, right.
You probably do see a lot of, crowds and, so I think it's a great way to see these beautiful, iconic cities that are rich in culture. The Uffizi, we saw the statue of David when we docked in Livorno and just traveled over to Florence. So there's so many beautiful things to see and explore. The Christmas markets that we've been able to see in Nice, right? We were walking distance to the Christmas markets in Nice. So just a unique experience that really provides just the guest that we cater to what they're looking for, let's say, this time of year.
Yeah, okay. So, Janet, I mean, originally this cruise would have been out of Dubai, around the Persian Gulf, the Arabian Gulf, down to Oman. But decisions had to be made, and we had to redeploy the vessel to the Med.
Yes.
So what were the main reasons for that redeployment?
You know, we do cater to guests all over the world, and safety is our number one priority. And at this time, we cannot guarantee safety in the regions that we sail through. And for us, it's so important that our, guests can travel abroad and, feel that they can get there. And we do see some turmoil in the region, especially in the Red Sea, it keeps coming up in the news.
Sure.
So we're very happy that we did make that decision to pull away and, do something different, do something that no other cruise line really has done before, other than, of course, the European cruise lines that do travel, few of them, but most of them are in the Caribbean. So we had a choice. We either take this ship to the Caribbean, and right now, looking at the flights, from the winter cities and countries heading to the Caribbean, they're quite expensive. But when you look at airfare to Europe during this time of year, and when you look at the experience that we can deliver, and knowing that we already have 3 ships in the Caribbean, if you do want to sail to the Caribbean with Windstar, we do have options there. We just wanted to provide our guests an alternate option and do something that has never been done before, something that's 180 degrees from ordinary.
So to sum things up, this has been, well, not so much an experiment, but a new idea for you to do cruising in the Med in the winter. How successful has it been? What are your indicators from this for future bookings?
We had 2 weeks to make a decision, and we started sailing less than 3 weeks before the first sailing, and we have already had over 1,000 passengers book within this close in. So for us, the demand is there. As soon as people become aware that this is an option for them, when everybody starts talking about it, when people start posting about it, when people like you start sharing this with the world, I think this is going to be a trend to watch out for. And we're so excited because it truly has been a success. And, from all of our partners and friends and guests that are on board, everyone's just had an amazing time.
Excellent. That's good news. And I think you've got some news being released very, very soon. So we'll do another catch-up to get the latest news from Windstar and their activities here in the Mediterranean.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views, and interviews.
A podcast special as we experience a legendary winter in the Mediterranean, sailing from Rome to Barcelona on board the luxury cruise ship Star Legend, and brought to you in association with Windstar Cruises and Cruise Master, Dubai.
TravelWise with Phil Blizzard. News, views, and interviews.
And if you'd like to have your own podcast, do drop me an email on philblizzardmedia@gmail.com.
A Phil Blizzard radio production.
Available on Apple, Amazon, Angami, Spotify, Deezer, Google, and all good podcast channels, and also now on YouTube.